So this is the guitar lesson for married with children. This is for, you could do this for nat5 if you go about halfway through the tune, because it's long enough for nat5 and it gives you lots of chords. And if you wanted to do it for higher, you would just get right to the end. This is a totally chordal tune. If you wanted to do this for advanced higher, you would add in the solo. I'll be going through the nat5 and the higher one today, because the solo just takes forever to go through. We start off with an E chord. An E chord is 0, 2, 2, 1, 0, 0. Now, usually I would play it with my first 3 fingers, but for this song I'm going to use my second finger, my third finger, and my fourth finger, and not my first finger. And the reasoning for that is going to become apparent in a little while. So we're going to do 2 strums on our E, then move this up and put first finger over all of 4th fret. This is called a bar chord, and this E just looks the same, but instead we're going to be on 6th fret, 6th fret, and 5th fret. So you can see that I've not moved my hand and I've just slid it up here instead, and then put this finger over the 4th fret and then pushing down on the 4th fret here. This is pretty easy on an electric guitar, but will be pretty difficult on an acoustic guitar. That's our next chord. So our intro, our first bar sounds like this. I think there's 4 quick strums on the G sharp. And then we're going to do something else. It seems like it would be hard, but it's quite easy to grasp initially. These 3 fingers, 1, 2, and 3, they're all going to descend a string. So this one is going to come down to here. This one is going to come down to here. And this one is going to come down to here. Now this finger is also just going to nip onto the next string as well. And this is our next chord. So everything went from here to here. And the more you practice that, the better you'll get at it. It should only take you a couple of minutes and you'll be going nice and quickly from one to the other. So that's your next chord. So your first chord. Our next chord is going to be an A chord. You can just play the A down here. Our next chord is going to be a C chord, which will look like that. That's a nice basic open C. Just in case you don't know how to play a C, that's 3rd fret, 2nd fret. There's nothing on this G string, and then 1st fret on our B string, and our E string is open. So 3, 2, 0, 1. This is a B7 chord. Hopefully you can see that okay. This one is going to be 2nd fret on the A string, then 1st fret on our D, then 2nd fret on our G, and then pinky goes onto the thinnest E string on the 2nd fret. And then we go back to an E for a full bar. Then we start again on E, so we have to continue playing E. Some people get mixed up because they have to finish on E and then they go straight to the G sharp because that's what they see as the next chord, but really you have to play E again. So a full round sounds like this. E. Sorry, I'm going to do it with the right fingering. So E, G sharp, C sharp minor, 2 quick strums. Now an A, a C, B7, E. And now E again. G sharp, C sharp minor, A, C, B7, E. If you do that twice and then you're into your verse, which means you have to do it twice more. So you have to do that 4 times in total. As soon as you've done that 4 times, you're going to go straight into your chorus, and your chorus is quite easy. It's a full bar of A7, which is a normal A chord. So that's 0 on our A string, 2, 2, 2 is an A chord, but an A7 is the one we have to play. So we take our middle finger off, and we do a full bar of A7, then a full bar of E, and we do that 3 times. So we're going to go. Now we're going to go to an F sharp chord here, and this is a difficult chord. Probably the hardest one we're going to have to go to so far. It looked like your E, but it's up 2 frets, and then you put your first finger over the 2nd fret. It's just hard to get to, you'll need to practice. And then we're going to play A, G. Now G is just a nice big normal looking G. So F sharp and so you could notice there I play 2 A chords, and the A is a full A, not an A7 this time, so it's 2, 2, 2 in a line. Then I mute my guitar with my right hand like this, bit of a judo chop, and we stop that note going right there, so we go A, and we go for a big G chord there, and that is 3, 2, 0, 0, 3, 3 is for a big G chord. After that, we go straight back into the outro. The outro is the same as our intro, so that would be. Now, at that point, you would go back to halfway through your first verse. So you would go back and play your normal verse twice rather than 4 times, because the first 2 were just the intro. So you'd play the verse chords for 2 rounds, and then you would play your chorus, and then you would play your outro again, and that would be you finished if you were nat5. If you were playing higher, you would play the next round. I'm going to try and do this nice and quickly because I'm running out of time. So after you've done that twice, if you were playing higher, you'd play the next part. The next part is C sharp minor, which is the chord we've already done, down to G sharp minor, so we take our middle finger off this time. We slide this up 1 fret, we put our middle finger back on, and we lift up our first finger from the guitar so that we're not barring anymore. We're just playing the bass note. This is an A9, and I'm calling it a bit of an open chord because we're playing some open strings. Then these 2 open strings. Then we're playing an E7. We do that all again. Now here is where it gets interesting. We're going to play a B11, which is essentially this, moved up 2 frets. Now we're going to play that for 3 beats. Then we're going to play that A9 again, which is the same one as this. We're not barring this, we're just using our fingertip. And then we're playing a G sharp minor. Then your F sharp again. Now we're going to do that whole thing again. B11 for 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. G sharp minor. 2, 3, 4. Then we do our intro 1 more time, and that's you finished your higher guitar. overall, this piece has 12 chords, so it really meets the chordal requirements for higher and nat5 really. It actually hits all of nat5's chordal requirements, which is pretty cool, and it takes up like 2/3 of your higher ones. So you've only got to find 6 more chords. In terms of advanced higher, you can add a solo into this, and that would be an absolutely fine advanced higher guitar piece. Yeah, hope that helped. Good luck.